The island itself is like 30 miles across, and there was a road going all the way around the island that was about 90 miles. And that's what the sightseers would do. Just a beautiful place. And nice people, very nice people.
It was all woods and trees and area. It wasn't built up like it is today. It was just all sugarcane fields and oranges, whatever, pineapples, that was it.
Waikiki Beach, then there's the Waikiki Hotel right next door. I was going to make my home down there. I was going to stay in the Army. And if I didn't like the Army, I'd get out and make my home down there. I didn't want to come back.
It rained in 5 minutes and be over, and you'd dry right off. Yeah, it was nice. It was good service. Oh yeah, we got straightened out. We went to the beach, and we went into town really, in Honolulu, Waikiki. I always hung out in Waikiki. It was nice out there. Tom Collins was only a quarter. Yeah, you do as you please on Sunday morning, and go into town, go swimming, whatever you desired.
It was a typical Sunday morning. The sun was shining. It was beautiful. We were getting ready to go to church.
It was a beautiful day. We were playing touch football back at the barracks. We were up early. And we hit it. Doom, doom. So the Navy that was next door, there was Hickam Field. There were maneuvers or something. Since Jesus, on a Sunday, they wouldn't be doing that. Then all of a sudden, we looked up and we could see the bombs falling. They're going for this. The sunlight was hitting the bombs as they were falling. We saw that. Then all of a sudden, we saw the plane come over at us. And we thought sure in hell he was going to strafe us. But he went right past us. He went to Hickam Field and they made a real mess out of that place.
I was stationed in Pearl Harbor in a sugarcane field a little ways away from the harbor, and I could see everything going on in the harbor that morning. I was in my underwear that morning, just got up, actually been caught with my pants down, which is a true story. When they say you got caught with our pants down, we really did. I was just discussing what those planes flying overhead, and we thought it was the Army and Navy on maneuvers. When we saw the orange meatball on the plane, we knew it wasn't the Army or Navy. And we looked up above us, the plane came over, strafing us, and we looked up there flying treetop high, and we were so mad and frustrated. We didn't know what to do because we had no ammunition whatsoever, no bullets for our bandolier belts, and we threw rocks and potatoes at the airplane in frustration and cursing like maniacs. And I heard curse words that day that I'd never heard before.
When I was eating breakfast, one of the fellows yelled, "You see those planes out here, what they're doing?" So I didn't pay no attention. Hey, those planes are back there again. So then I got up and went out, and there they were overhead, a little higher in the building, strafing us. And I would say for 20 minutes there was never a call to arms. Finally the colonel walked across the quadrangle and says, "Boys, we're going to get packed. This is the real thing." Of course, we knew it was. There was a plane flying overhead, a couple hundred feet with the big red ball. So I went up to the second floor, got my gear, and took off to motor pool where we all congregated.
I broke my leg playing football October the 18th. And I was in the post hospital. And December the 7th, I was being sent back to my quarters, which was only 6 blocks away. And I got up 6 o'clock, ate, showered, shaved, and on my way back to my bed, I'm being machine gunned. And I looked up, and I always said that the plane was so close I could clearly see the rising sun on the wings. I could see the pilot in his cockpit. He appeared to be smiling. And I always said, I thought if I had a baseball, I could have hit the cockpit. But I ducked in the side door, and I stood in the hallway outside the examining room, and this plane came from the other direction. And the bullets hit the wall where I was standing. So I was lucky I got missed twice.
It's not funny, but our place where we had our guns, our rifles and everything, was in the barracks. And we went in to get our rifles, and the sergeant who was in charge wouldn't let us in because we didn't have a pass from the commander. He was a real idiot. Not that we needed the guns. We didn't know, though. We didn't know where the hell they were. It was bad. It was bad for the Navy guys at the ships. The one ship, 1,000 guys were killed. The Arizona. And the other ship we saw was laying on it laid on its side, and a bunch of guys were standing on it waiting to be taken off. And we had to take, well, it was like a tugboat took us over to our gun emplacement. And that's when that was while the attack was going on. And there were things I saw bodies floating in the water. And one body was floating upside down, face down. And I knew it was a Jap. We knew it was a Jap because he had the uniform on it. If it was one of our guys, they didn't have a chance to get all their flying equipment on. But there were other guys who were. And I saw other guys that got off their ship trying to swim to shore. That I remember. I don't like to remember.
I went down to the beach that helped clean up the harbor, which was full of black water from the oil from the ships, and went under the Arizona battleship was on its side, and I went on a motor launch right under the 16-inch guns to go to Fort Island to pick up ammunition for our rifles and our guns. It was chaos all over the place. Nobody knew what was going on. And then from then on, for over a week, I strung barbed wire on Waikiki Beach in the water 2 feet deep. I still have scars on my fingers to show for it.
You take down to Pearl, those Japs were blowing them ships up, and there were dead bodies in the water, and wounded sailors in the water. And up at where I was at, they blew our airfield apart. That was where we kept our fighter planes at Wheeler Field.
The nurses had us put all the bed frames down one end of the ward, lay the mattresses on the floor, and they had us assisting, helping the wounded that came in from all the surrounding area. We helped put them on mattresses, but anyhow, around noontime they started giving letters to get your clothes. And I said, give me a letter. I want to get back to my outfit. And finally they did. And you know what my clothes were? They were my football uniform, minus the shoulder pads that I went in there with.
I have nightmares. I got PTSD, and I have all kind of nightmares jumping up all hours of the night and still remember it like it was yesterday.
Didn't bother me one bit. When you're 18 years old, it doesn't bother you. Now that I'm 88, I'm careful.
One time, scared the hell out of me. It was in peacetime. I was in the apartment house with my mother, and I happen to be looking out the window, and I see this formation of planes flying, 3-6 with a V. And oh my God, they were advertising. They directed. That sounds phony, but it's the God's honest truth. Not again. That's, oh God.
It was a sneak attack, the same thing like they did on our buildings on September 11th. Feelings came back like it was happening to me all over again.
I said to myself, I can't believe what I'm seeing, and it was really something. And of course, at the time we didn't know what was going on except what we could see on TV.
Do you think that we've learned anything from?
No. I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just look what's going on now. The whole country's at war. The whole world is at war. Didn't learn anything.
Well, it's something like I'm proud of, yet I'm part of history, and I hate to talk about it because people think you're bragging or something.
Didn't change for me. I came back and I went to work. That was it.
My thoughts, I go back to, I'm proud to be a survivor. I got a jacket that has the big Pearl Harbor survivors, and when I go to Atlantic City, a lot of people say, wow, this is history, seeing the younger people, seeing somebody from Hawaii, and thanks for being there for me, and can I shake your hand, and I usually say, well, thank you for your recognition.